you very much, and welcome everybody to today's event. It's a great pleasure to be here and to introduce you to Marula Mining, which has been listed on Aquis for the past 2.5 years under its current guise. During that 2.5 years, we've positioned ourselves as probably one of the most actively traded and liquid stocks on Aquis. We've completed several transactions throughout East and Southern Africa and acquired a number of mining projects where the commodity's incredibly high value, highly sought after, and you find them on your very selves today, in your phones, in your laptops, in your smartwatches. We are a company that's focused strategically on these commodities, delivering the lithiums for your batteries, the graphites in your anodes, the rare earths to go into the wind turbines we've just seen. Multi-commodity, multi-jurisdiction. We've put together a portfolio of projects which we believe provide a good and balanced risk profile, and where over the past 2.5 years in our growth phase, we're now emerging into production. And we'll go through some of those production assets, basically taking projects somewhat different to my peers in the mining sector, taking projects into production typically within a 12-20 month period. What you typically see is anything from 5 to 10 years. So I blame my ADHD. I haven't got the patience to deal with a lot of these projects or geologists. We're here to develop projects and deliver value to shareholders by generating profits and production and delivering material into the international commodity markets very quickly. We've got 6 core projects. We have a lithium mine in South Africa, which we started production from in 2024, and are in the process now of optimizing that and adding a new joint venture with a major Chinese battery manufacturer, which will deliver a much higher value product and which we aim to be operating in 2025. Our Aquis copper mine, you see me holding these rocks. Guys, I've worked throughout Africa in the heart of the copper belt in the DRC, some of the highest grade copper mines in the world. This here is running 20 to 30%. We're mining this now, one of the highest grade copper mines I have seen and many of our consultants have seen. We're mining this, we're doing our first sales and trial shipments in the next 2 to 3 weeks. That will generate approximately $1 million of revenue for us this month. A very good addition to our project. We have a manganese mine, which we acquired earlier this year. We produced and did our first sales in the last quarter. We'll be doing sales continuously now for the next few quarters. A lot of value there. Likewise with our graphite, with our other manganese projects, and our tungsten. All very critical metals, which we've been able to secure because we've got a very good, strong team on the ground in Africa. I don't sit here in some fancy office in the West End, sitting in St. James or in the city. I actually live in East Africa. I get around to all my projects each and every month, and we've got a very good, supportive team out there. We of course have some very good directors based here in London, some of them keeping me in check, because I do get very enthusiastic with what I do, but that's the role of not just our directors here, but our advisors as well at Cairn, and it's great that you've come here and you're watching me today. Thanks guys. As I said, we've got four mines in the operation stage now. That Blesberg mine, that manganese mine at Larasoro, the copper, and the Kilifi manganese operations, which we'll be bringing into production over the course of this quarter. So to be in a position as a junior mining company with 4 projects which were brought into production effectively within a 2.5 years since we started this company on Aquis. And back then it was a shell company. I think it had a market capitalization of far less than £1 million, and literally no assets and negative net worth. We've grown the company significantly, and I think through the production that we're going to get from the 4 key assets over this quarter and certainly through 2025 and beyond, you'll start to see a significant return here. We're putting what we're targeting to produce, and it's not just a straight ore. You know, you see many mining companies just taking the easy route and just mining the ore and shipping it out. That's not what we're focused on. You know, we live in Africa. It's about value addition. It's about growing our business significantly. So that's what we're focused on throughout all of our projects there. Okay, what are some of the key things here? If you're looking at Aquis, you'll see us, like I say, one of the key companies trading significantly, a lot of liquidity on that market. We've got a clear dividend policy, which we will be moving on in 2025. Number of strategic partnerships, and that's what's got us to our position now. It's not just working with our brokers and bankers here in London, it's working with key stakeholders in East and Southern Africa, which is where we're based. And that's something I believe which has allowed us to be, we set ourselves differently from our peers because we are there. We are working very closely with local mining companies. We work very closely with the mines department, with the regulatory bodies that we operate within. And we've got a very good track record there. But one of the key areas which I really want to focus on here as we move forward, the increased production, the sales across the mines, we'll achieve that, but we're not going to achieve that on our own. We do that through the partnerships that we've built. Okay, you can see here the various growth profiles of our assets, the 4 key mines going through 2024, 2025. Look, we've worked hard to get there. We're now at that point where we're hopefully going to see this flow through in 2025. But as I said, the only way we're going to get there is by working with the communities that we're involved with. And we've done this very successfully in Kenya, in Tanzania, we're doing it in Zambia, we're doing it in South Africa. And with that engagement, with the relationships we have, that's how we've been able to grow our projects. We work very closely with the national mining corporations throughout East Africa, Tanzania and Kenya. That's allowed us to be able to move forward. We've secured in the past 12 months over 60 mining licenses. Normally to get a mining license in a number of these jurisdictions, it can take anywhere from 2 to 3 years. We've done that because we're seen as a partner of choice, a partner that's actually on the ground and doing a lot of these things. So people that know me know that I'm very actively involved in all the communities that I work in. It's my home, why wouldn't you be? But that's what's allowed us to get there, both working with them to encourage local job creation, working with them to broaden their skill sets, and to give them a great future. So when you look at Marula, you are seeing a mining company that's clearly focused on giving shareholders returns, but we're also about doing it in the right way. So thank you very much.
Jason, thank you very much indeed. Any questions from the floor for Jason Brewer for Marula Mining? Anybody that's here this morning, obviously looking at this as a potential investment and will be looking at the share price. How frustrating is it for you as a chief executive seeing share prices move in the direction they're moving? We see countless times when companies prove they're undervalued, being measured by a tool which doesn't seem to represent value. Frustrating, but what are you doing to try and get the message out there?
Look, over the past month, I've been on market buying shares. So, that clearly demonstrates my belief in the company. No, if you look at any one of those 4 projects which I showed you as producing, just based upon the forecast earnings from that, we're trading at not even 1 times what one of those projects delivers. So for me as a CEO, I've just got to deliver it. I can put up fancy slides and great pictures here. We've just got to deliver the production and deliver the cash flow.
We do have a question, I think, in the middle there. We'd like just to shout out.
What's the expected mine life if you are producing mines?
Mine life for the producing mines.
Blesberg, the lithium mine in South Africa, is the largest pegmatite. If you're a geologist, you understand that. It's the largest big lump of this stuff in South Africa. Previous studies there had a mine life in excess of 20 years. We lodged our mining right applications earlier this year. We had an initial 10-year mining life, which was based upon just an initial phase of drilling. So that's just one. At the copper, which I've just referred to, the Kanusi copper mine, the geologists that did the initial phase of work for us put out an independent exploration target there of 10 to 15 million tons of ore running at about 5.5% copper with gold. Based on our production rates, that's a plus 30-year mine life. So we're starting off small. We've got to prove the point. We've got to demonstrate that it works. And with that, then we look at basically optimizing the projects, increasing the production, and through that, getting the greater cash flows.
Jason, thanks so much indeed. Jason Brewer from Marula Mining, the Chief Executive. Let's get our...
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programmes at stopboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.